The Japanese city of Sapporo lies on the banks of the Ishikari River on the island of Hokkaido. Just a short flight from Tokyo, this cool corner of Japan abounds with gifts that change with the seasons. Once home to the indigenous Ainu people, the bountiful island of Hokkaido has long lured settlers across the Tsugaru Strait from the main island of Honshu. Today, the prefecture's capital city is renowned for its thriving culinary scene, gorgeous green spaces, and magical yearly snow festival. A tasty way to get acquainted with the spirit of Sapporo is at the Sapporo Crab Market. Affectionately known as Hokkaido's Kitchen, this market is a cornucopia of crustaceans, as well as all manner of other seafood from the bountiful sea of Ohotsuku. Of course, Sapporo's unbelievably fresh seafood must always be paired with its legendary liquid gold. At the Sapporo Beer Museum, follow the journey of teenage renegade JBay Nakagawa, who voyaged to Germany to study traditional brewing and returned to found one of Japan's oldest and most beloved breweries in 1876. Top off your culinary introduction to Sapporo with an indulgent visit to Shiroi Koibito Park. At this whimsical chocolate wonderland, devour mountains of treats, learn how they're made, and even try your hand at creating your own. For a breath of fresh air after all that foodie goodness, climb aboard the Mount Moiwa ropeway and let the cable car lift you ever upwards towards the mountaintop. At the summit, feast on panoramic views of the sprawling metropolis, stretching out all the way to Ishikari Bay. And when dusk falls, be awed as the city is illuminated in a sea of twinkling lights. Make your way back to the heart of the city, where the lively entertainment district of Susukino awaits to welcome you with a neon carnival of restaurants, karaoke bars, and pachinko parlors. Noodle lovers will hit the jackpot here too. Susukino is home to Ganzo Ramen Yokocho, a narrow lane packed with specialty restaurants serving Sapporo's iconic miso ramen, the best way to end an epic day in this city. Green spaces are the elemental calm that punctuate Sapporo's bustling streets, and the result is a city of perfectly curated balance. While away a morning in Nakajima Park, among sweet-smelling Japanese red spruce and elm, rent a paddle boat and venture across Shobu Pond, take a nap in a shady grotto, or visit the historic Hoheikan building, where forward-thinking Emperor Meiji rested during his visit to the city in 1880. At the nearby Fushimi Inari Shrine, follow the tunnel of torii gates symbolizing the passage from the earthly realm into the sacred. When you reach the temple, leave an ema, a prayer or wish that the shrine's kami spirits are said to receive. Then, make the climb to Asahiyama Memorial Park for lush walking trails and even more sweeping views of the city. Or on the opposite side of the city, stretch out in Moe-Renuma Park, over 400 acres of grassy fields and open-air creations. After After relaxing in the city's many generous green spaces, turn back the pages at the historical village of Hokkaido. Step into the region's frontier period, when migrants from Honshu put down roots on the harshest of Japan's islands. Then, journey through more of the prefecture's chapters at the Hokkaido Museum, which proudly showcases the island's history, nature, and culture. Once you've explored Sapporo's past, head for the city's modern, energetic heart, Odori Park. This mile-long urban park slices through Sapporo's skyscrapers, cutting the city into north and south. Spend a sunny afternoon soaking up the fresh air and buzzing atmosphere of this beloved public space. As the evening sets in, take the elevator to the top of the Sapporo TV Tower at Odori's eastern edge. Gaze out from the observation deck at the sprawling urban jungle and her treasured park, and watch as the sun sets over this city of gifts. Sapporo's gifts continue as the seasons change throughout the year. From November to February, the sky opens up and casts a spellbinding blanket of snow across the city. With the falling snow comes Hokkaido's most anticipated annual event, an event which draws over 2 million visitors and transforms the entire city into a real-life winter wonderland. The Sapporo Snow Festival. Join thousands of rosy-cheeked snow lovers in Odori Park, the festival's main site and birthplace. Every February since 1950, the park has become an inviting maze of snow statues, sizzling street food, and entertainment spaces. The festivities have since extended beyond Odori Park, and today the neighborhood of Susukino is also transformed. Stop by Ice World, where sculptures, slides and tunnels, all made entirely of ice, await. And when your hands become numb with cold, don't worry, you'll find plenty of vendors offering steaming pork buns and hot sake to help you thaw. Besides its famous beer, Sapporo's sake scene is also world-class. And in the wintertime, Atsukan, or hot sake, is the city's favorite drink. Head to the Sake Museum to discover the intriguing history of Japan's national beverage and warm up a little more. The falling snow imparts magic upon not just the festival, but the entire city. Tour some of Sapporo's historic treasures, whose charms truly sparkle in the wintry weather. At the former Hokkaido government office, take in the striking contrast of the building's red bricks against the snow-powdered pines. Then, make your way to the city's clock tower, whose cheerful chimes have kept Sapporo running on time since 1881. For more snow festival thrills, catch a bus to Tsudome, a paradise for the young and young at heart. The futuristic dome buzzes with snowball battles, toboggan races, and snowman building competitions. Make tracks to the Olympic Museum, which celebrates the glorious 1972 Sapporo Winter Games. Then watch as death-defying skiers fly down the 440-foot ski jump. If you're itching to get out on the slopes yourself, Mount Moiwa is the place to go, with runs fit for rookies through to experienced powder hounds. Best of all are the views of the sprawling city, stretching out like a dream into the snowy abyss. Few places are as open-hearted as the city of Sapporo. Its summers overflow with lush green spaces, cultural celebrations, and culinary innovations. And in winter, despite the bitter cold, this city lights up with a communal warmth that shines across all of Hokkaido. Welcome to Sapporo, a city that keeps on giving, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, in sunshine and in snow.
Cuando bien jovencito, viajé a la cima de un cerro. Podía ver todos los volcanes nevados que me rodeaban. En ese momento vinieron cóndores a volar encima nuestro. Podía oír el rugido del viento en sus plumas. Fue un impacto enorme. En ese momento sentí que si los cóndores se iban, era como perder las nieves eternas de nuestras montañas. Yo soy Luis Jacome y trabajando hace 3 décadas para la conservación del cóndor andino. El cóndor andino es el ave voladora más grande del planeta. Es un pájaro capaz de medir 3 metros de envergadura alar, que cumple un rol invalorable en el ecosistema al ser carroñero y limpia los campos de foco de infección. Cuando comenzamos con el trabajo, el cóndor estaba dando signos inequívocos de vulnerabilidad, de extinción. El programa de conservación cóndor andino tiene pilares importantes. Uno de los pilares más importantes del programa es el rescate. Cuando un cóndor está en problemas y se le brindan atenciones de alta tecnología, de alta complejidad. Otro de los grandes pilares está en la incubación artificial, en la cría, porque estas aves tienen muy baja tasa reproductiva. Tienen una cría cada 2 o 3 años. Hacia 1996 habíamos obtenido el primer pichón de cóndor nacido en Latinoamérica. Eso nos valió el premio Rolex. Gracias al premio de Rolex, nosotros comenzamos con el programa de reintroducción. La primera suelta de esos primeros pichones, increíble. Hoy hemos logrado liberar 219 cóndores en la naturaleza. Y con el Centro Goddard Espacial de NASA pudimos desarrollar los transmisores satelitales. Gracias a las tecnologías de seguimiento, nos enseñan qué lugares son específicamente importantes para ellos. Esto es una herramienta realmente poderosa. Junto con los gobiernos, las declaramos santuarios del cóndor. Tenemos más de 56.000 kilómetros cuadrados de áreas naturales protegidas y esperamos incluso llevar esta estrategia a países vecinos. A pesar de todos los logros alcanzados, en este momento el cóndor enfrenta problemas realmente tremendos. Algunos pobladores rurales estaban poniendo veneno sobre ganados muertos, intentando matar grandes carnívoros, y cuando el cóndor baja a comer, lo envenena y lo mata. Hacemos encuestas con pobladores rurales, hacemos campañas educativas y estamos haciendo un esfuerzo enorme a nivel nacional para tratar de abordar este problema. Mucha gente hace el cambio. A través del cóndor se produce esa magia que de golpe uno entiende el lugar que ocupa, ¿no?, en este mundo. Eso es invalorable. Para eso estamos trabajando.
Boeing Starliner, welcome on board space station. I have a lot of friends who work in Boeing. I know how hard and strong and no, but very interesting to make a new ship. We congratulations Boeing team and ground control team with this victory, but maybe a small victory, no, but very important victory. We wish Mike Fink or Sanita Williams with crew will arrive according on board space station on the plan. Handover.
Well, we had the privilege and the honor of watching Starliner arrive yesterday. We were able to acquire the vehicle 12 to 15 kilometers out or so, and we got to watch it all the way through, and it was really spectacular to see this beautiful vehicle arrive here yesterday. So that was really special for us. Parked out on the doorstep for a little while, resolving some minor issues, but those are the kinds of things we expect in flight test, and that is why we do tests. If we didn't find something like that, we're probably doing something wrong. So it was a highly successful mission yesterday. It was great to have Starliner on board, and we have the opportunity to open the hatch and just enjoy it and see the new vehicle that is coming to station and bringing a new capability. Back in 2014, NASA awarded the commercial crew contracts, and this is the day that they envisioned, where we have 3 human-rated vehicles docked to the space station right now. So we have the Soyuz docked on the MLM, and then we have a Dragon right above us, and the Starliner right behind us. So this is a momentous day in NASA's history, and just paving the way for the future as we start enabling commercial flights here in low Earth orbit, while NASA pivots to the moon and eventually on to Mars. So it's just it's been a great day, but enough of us talking. We would like to take this chance to bring all of you along with us and let you see what Starliner looks like up here on orbit, docked to the very front of space station. So come along with us.
And Station Starliner Capcom, thanks for the great look inside this new spacecraft. Starliner team is glad to have come on board. The journey has been hard, but the reward is what we see today as our teams work together to meet the promise of advancement offered in low Earth orbit. This connection is the first of many that will continue for years to come. No one goes to space alone, and we can all benefit from the efforts involved.
Thank you to the Expedition 67 crew, Starliner and Capcom, for your remarks on this historic day in human spaceflight. The docking of Starliner to ISS represents the hard work and dedication of the NASA and Boeing teams. On behalf of those who built and operate Starliner and those who built, operate, and help support Station, welcome aboard. It's great to see these families together today, and we can't wait to get them together again soon to greet a Starliner crew. Station, we are now resuming operational audio communications.
June 13, 1971. The New York Times begins publishing the Pentagon Papers, a leaked top-secret study of America's involvement in Vietnam. President Richard Nixon's administration tries to block further publication in court, citing national security. Defense Secretary Melvin Laird.
It is our responsibility to call these violations of security to the attention of the Justice Department. This I have done.
But the U.S. Supreme Court rules the Times and the Washington Post can publish the material. 1967. President Lyndon Johnson nominates Solicitor General Thurgood Marshall to be the first black justice on the U.S. Supreme Court. 1966. The case behind the phrase, "You have the right to remain silent," as the U.S. Supreme Court issues its Miranda ruling. The landmark decision says criminal suspects must be informed of their constitutional rights before police can question them. 1900. In China, the Boxer Rebellion. A nationalist revolt targeting foreigners as well as Chinese Christians erupts into full-scale violence. 1983. Pioneer 10 becomes the first spacecraft to leave our solar system as the American space probe crosses the orbit of Neptune. And 1986. Benny Goodman, the clarinet-playing king of swing, dies in New York. He was 77. Today in history, June 13th, Tim McGuire, The Associated Press.
Welcome back in our studio, and in today's news,